Well, he's a cutie pie. I might put him in Potomac. Okay, yes. Yeah, he can come right on to Potomac.
What's up, Sky Squad? It's your boy, DJRichieSkye. We are back in the building, and we are here today with the world famous RECO Chapple from House of Chapple. You guys know the name, you know the brand, and if you don't, you're about to get to know him today, okay? We're going to be talking about some exciting stuff that he has going on. We have been trying to have this conversation for some months now. And I feel like, right now is probably an even better time because your name is making waves in the hip hop community from a little costume that you did. Yeah. Let's get into that. I'm gonna pull it up on the screen and you tell us about how you got to work with Offset on this costume right here.
I just got a call one random morning from Collin, which is Carly B Stylist. And how I know Collin, it's like we have like a family. His mentor is like my brother, Jason Bolin. And I think it was a seed that I sowed like maybe 12 years ago. And when Collin started working with Carly, I was like, look, don't call me without a budget, blah, 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 blah. And he called me Wednesday. He was like, Rico, I got something for you. I think you're the only person that can do it. And he was like, name your price. And I was like, wow. And he was like, okay, you got the highest bid, but let me work on it, And I was like, look, I love you to death, but I need my money by 2:00 if you want to have this by Saturday. And he was like, I convinced him to go with you. And that's how it the ball started rolling. And I had literally a day and a half, 2 days to do the suit, the whole entire suit from start to scratch, from beginning to the end.
So I want to talk about why did he know that this specific costume had to be designed by you? What is it about your design aesthetic that made him think, boom, RECO Chapple has to do this?
Well, I don't necessarily think it's about the design aesthetic. It's about the execution. When you're dealing with a quote unquote mega star, they want things to be done a certain way. And I think, for me working with Kandi Burruss, Toni Braxton, the Fantasias and Kelly Rowlands of the world, I think he know what type of product that I can produce. And I pride myself on doing good work, and I can actually move fast, even though I'm old as hell now, but I can actually move faster than most designers or most seamsters or whatever. So, hey, that's how I got the job.
What is it about what you do and the way that you do it that makes this process go so fast?
I'm gonna be really honest. I'm very aggressive on my approach. I'm very aggressive about my money. I'm very serious about my money. I try to come out pretty much really extremely professional as I can with the sketch, with the dialogue between me and the stylist or me and the client. And I'm just like, look, this is what I need from you. This project was really, really hard. I'm not even gonna lie, it was hard because I was sent measurements that was 3 sizes too big. When I got there, I had to take the suit up 3 sizes. And being that I never worked with Collin, he's a micromanager, and he wants to see every little single thing that I was doing, and I'm not used to working like that. And he was like, I'm so sorry. This is just how I normally do it. And I'm like, well, baby, I don't do it like that. And you got to mind, I'm like almost damn near 20 years older than Collin. So it's like, okay, this little boy. I was like, let me get in my zone. But I think moving forward, working with him is going to be a lot easier because he know how I work. I like to just get in my zone. I like to do it. When I was sending him pictures and he was like, I don't think that look right. I'm like, look, this dude is 5'8", 5'7", 5'8". I'm 6'1". It's going to be totally different on him. It's going to be a lot longer. It's going to be a lot this. So that was the only kind of static. And I mean, it just was what it was. Only thing that I just didn't like about the situation is that he didn't tag me in a damn post. But but I mean, I got paid, so I'm not mad about it. But I think at this time when Black people are we are such at a vulnerable state right now, there's no, I don't think there should have been a reason for paying me and tagging my name as well.
Right. It's funny. I had done an interview with a meme account, and Erica Jane had reposted the meme that she had created and was refusing to tag her. So we had that kind of conversation about how, while she didn't take the photos, she created the meme that Erica then shared. So I understand that, and there's a lot of talk about sort of just getting credit as we kind of move along in this sphere, especially because you did create this whole work,
right?
So that's I think that you are correct in that. I do wish that could have been credited to you, because that's a lot of hard work. How long did it take you to create this?
So when he called, of course, we had to get the whole process, the money situation. And we had a bad storm, like literally. So I lost the whole day. The power was out. And when I was working on the whole process, I did a little documentary that I'm going to air tonight on my YouTube channel on House of Chappelle TV. And so I pretty much had a day and a half to do the costume. And mind you, we couldn't get Offset down to do a fitting. So when I was waiting around to do a fitting, he's not available. He's going to the haunted house. He's doing this. He's gardening. He was always doing something. So I didn't have a chance to fit him until that night, until we went out. So I went to their house, and they went out to the party. So it literally
wow. What was that like? Just
I'm gonna be honest. At 43, it's a lot stressful. When I was 20 and 30 something, it was fine. But now, I will be honest, it was a little irritating. But I knew the payoff would be greater because I haven't did nothing big in this arena since the Toni Braxton, the Kandi Burruss. I did the Fantasia, but I love Fantasia to death, but she's not a mega star such as the Carly, such as the Offset. I mean, Carly and Offset is like the hood version of Jay-Z and Beyonce right now. So I just kept in my head saying, this is going to be a great payoff. Keep on working at it. I know you're tired. And like, you're going to see on a video on the little documentary, like literally I had to take a sleep break because it just wasn't coming out right. And I was like, oh my God, let's let me stop, take a break and reset and start over and tackle it. And even the night of the party, they was like, are you coming? I was like, only thing that's calling my name is this bed right now. So I just came back home and got in the bed because I just couldn't do it. I couldn't party all night with him.
You missed out on the party as well?
I missed out on the party and potentially catching Corona. So, so I'm not mad. I am not mad by.
Okay. You're right. You speaking common sense right now. Okay.
Right.
Okay. I'm not mad at it. I can't even. We can't even be mad at that.
It's dangerous in these streets, and in Atlanta, these kids are not playing. They're not wearing masks, so I'm good.
I always look on social media and I'm looking out, and I'm seeing, Atlanta is popping.
Atlanta is popping. But it's just a city that is just a fearless city, and it's a money city. It's about the almighty dollar, and people don't care. If you got your money and you coming in this club and you paying your $50, you good with me, and that's just how it is. But I'll see y'all in a year or two.
The documentary that's coming out tonight, can you talk to us about, just tell us a little bit about like what went into creating that? Do you always do that when you create? for celebrities?
Well, no, I don't. But I just took a note from Tyler Perry. Always own your own content. I am actually launching a style network next year, a Black style network, streaming network. And now, over 20 years, because this is my 20th year anniversary.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I have been collecting so much footage on me and fashion, because I always tell people what worked for white people don't work for us. Like I want to tell my story in a certain way that when my kids, my nieces and my nephews, or some designer that's coming up, they can actually see a Black designer that is really doing it, the struggles, the highs and lows. And so I was like, you know what? This is a good opportunity. I got 2 cell phones. I was taking one on the refrigerator, taking one on the what's the name, and just showing the process. And a lot of times, a lot of people just don't understand the process. And I think a lot of young designers need to know the process. And if anybody was just like, if you can do anything for this transaction, I just get all my money up front. Okay. That's just pretty much it. I would have got all my money up front. A lot of people be like, oh, you got to do contracts. And a lot of times when you're really, really busy, and when you in a situation like this, when you come so correct, a lot of times, to be honest, a lot of artists don't want to deal with you. So it's almost like you have to kind of dumb your brand and your business down to get these type of deals, because it's always somebody in line that's younger, that's faster, that's even willing to do it for free for the clout. But I need my coins. It's no shade, So
why is that?
I think in the newer generation, they live on likes and views, and versus my generation, we live on tangible dollars. I have real bills to pay. I have 2 rents. I have this. I have that. So it's just different for me. And a lot of times people say, "Oh, RECO difficult. RECO's a bitch. RECO this, that, and the third," because I want my money. It just is what it is. And I think a lot of times people get it twisted with people in the fashion industry. They think we love it so much that we're going to create for free. This is intellectual property up here. How I cut that suit and how I manipulated that fabric and the things that I did. And even when we got to their house, actually, we lived in the same building when I lived in LA. And he was helping me alter the suit. He was like, "Did you double layer this whole suit? Like, this is and you did this in how long? This is impossible." And he was like, "Dude, this dude did really good work." So I know my worth, and I've been contacted for Carly. I've been contacted for Megan. I've been contacted for what's her name, Cash Doll. But it's just never been the right amount of money when I have a huge clientele that's always knocking at the door. So I just got to get paid. I'm just be honest.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Because the rent is always due.
Always due.
I want to talk about the streaming service real quick, and then I want to kind of move into a slightly different direction. Tell me about that. How do you plan to launch that? Are you looking for creatives? Because I'm always being hit up by people who have their own, types of like design companies, and they don't know how to get started. What is this going to offer, and can they get in on this?
So I am pretty much building the foundation, the website and all that stuff now. I'm not launching till the end of the year because I want to come in and knock them dead with either 15 to 20 shows. Imagine a HGTV versus a style network versus ETV. So I'm going to have the host. I'm going to have the quote unquote my version of Fashion Police. I'm going to have my version of House Hunters. So I'm just getting with all these entities and a lot of great, beautiful, unknown talent, and some heavy hitters in the game. And at the beginning of the year, we're going to start raising this big budget so everybody can get paid. And like I tell people, if you are a new talent, but if you got a product, you have a cooking show, like let me promote that your book. Let me promote your show. Let me promote and let's put it on the streaming service and we can all get paid eventually from it. So I am just taking my time. So I just had my hand in a lot of different pools and I'm just going to put everything in a pot and make a beautiful style network to showcase Black amazing talent.
That's awesome.
Thank
That is
you.
really, really awesome. And I think it's something exciting for people to look out for as well, because I do agree with you about that whole ownership thing. There's nothing like owning your own content.
Yes.
Nothing like it.
Yes.
Nobody can take anything away from you or tell you what to do.
Right. Like a couple of years ago, maybe about 4 or 5 years ago, I created my own reality show, The House that RECO Built. And when I met with producers, because, you know, a lot of people don't know, when Mariah got Married to Medicine picked up, I did the introduction to her and Andy. And when I met with producers, I actually owned too much of the content. And they didn't want to put their hands in it. So you own from the theme song, you own all the video footage, you own even the logo. The logo was amazing. So they didn't want to touch it because they couldn't make any money off of it. And I didn't want to end up a couple of years later like my homegirl, you know, they don't kind of pull the rug off and under her.
We got to talk about that. What your thoughts on Mariah not returning to Married to Medicine? You know, on this channel, we talk housewives, reality TV related content. Married to Medicine, I've been talking about since my days at AfterBuzz TV when I was in LA. I personally feel like she's an integral part of the show. What are your thoughts about her not being on a show that she helped build?
I mean, she's still gonna get a check because at the end of the day, she's a creator. I just know from beginning conversations with her, she's gonna get a check forever, as long as Married to Medicine lives. But I think one little bug that irks people is that fame. Fame will make you do crazy. And I'm sorry, I know this is a no cussing show. Sorry.
It's fine. I can edit it out.
Fame will make you do a lot of crazy stuff. And something that I've noticed over the years was, you know, I call her Keisha, you know, because we was friends since we was 14 years old, and we kind of fell out once the show happened. She alienated herself from the rest of the girls. Like, you can't just not come around and filming in the process because we have no emotional ties or connection to you anymore. And so I think and Keisha is very family oriented. Her family comes first. And I'm gonna be honest, I could watch Lucy all day. I can watch Lake Delusional Tale all day. And she has a amazing diversified family, but you have to mix with the other families. You have to coexist with your castmates. When her and Quad fell out, it was like, okay, y'all made the show. Y'all was like freaking frats. So I see why, and I see why they just kind of opted not to deal with her. And plus, you know, over the years, you just hear that she's a little difficult to work with. And I mean, it's unfortunate. But I'm going to be honest, I think the show is going to go on fine because I'm going to tell you, Dr. Heavenly is bringing that fire. Dr. Heavenly is not playing with these girls. She gets it. It's a job. And you got to take your feelings out of it. You have to take your emotion out of it. You got to take all that out. And just remember, you are there to produce a show and get in and get out. If you hurt somebody's feelings, somebody hurt your feelings, get over it. But she was getting her feelings hurt because she was the quote unquote queen bee. And girl, no.
Yeah, that doesn't really work when you have an ensemble cast like that who have, you know, come into this with their own careers, their own practices, you know, their own successful marriages. That's really hard to do. I wanted, you mentioned her and Quad falling out. Can you just explain to the audience from your perspective, why did they fall out and why is this still going on?
So I was on season 3 of Married to Medicine, and if I made Married to Medicine, okay, I do feel like I am the reason why it carried on for so long. Well, so back in the day when Keisha first or Mariah first showed me the tape, I told her, I said, they are going to love Quad because they love a rag to riches story on reality show television. They love, and just how they was referring to her on the show, like where she's from. I've been knowing Quad since I was in college. She was one of my first models back in the day, yada, yada, yada. We both went to Tennessee State. And Quad always, she was just a hood girl. She was from Memphis. She had a lingo that was different, blah, that Quad always been Quad. But she always was the girl that dressed with the Fendi pants on. She was always that girl. But they play her as if she was like this stowaway that came into this circle and got introduced to a doctor and married blah, blah, blah. Quad always had it, you know, personally. I actually had HOC Magazine, which is an online magazine that I advertise like all the clothing of my company. Mm-hmm. And I asked Keisha to shoot, but she couldn't do it. So the next person out of the cast, because Married to Medicine was new, and I said, let me get Quad number. And she was like, how dare you? You supposed to be my best friend, yada, yada, yada. And I was like, girl, what are you talking about? You said you couldn't do it. This is business. So, but come to find out, the jealousy pot was brewing and about to spill over way before I kind of entered the game. And then that moment at STK, this is the deal with Mariah. And this is what she should have came out with seasons ago. She don't remember STK because she was drunk. And it's okay. She don't remember. She said she never fought Quad. She never tried to do this. She never tried to do that. Just say, girl, I was wasted. I'm sorry you feel that way. I don't remember because I was drunk. But she never could tell the truth. You know, gotcha. Like the whole thing has been out. The allegedly thing has been out on Mariah for years. Have I ever seen her do? No, I just seen her drink wine. I mean, I'll be honest. So I don't know. So when it was happening, I was like, why are they still talking about the same thing 5 years before? Like, so, but when you think about it, Mariah, you're in and out. So that's the only thing they have on you. And then when you keep poking the bear, you keep poking Quad, of course she's going to bring it up on you. Have me and Quad had a conversation about Mariah allegedly doing? Yes. You know, so, I mean, so, you know, unfortunately, you kind of, everything, I'm going to tell you like this. Mariah kind of dug her own hole with the ladies and the production company. The network doesn't have anything to do with it. It's the production company. She dug her own hole and she kind of just buried herself in it. And at the end of the day, when you're filming, everybody is a family, from your production company, from your producers to you. And if you are not treating people in a certain way, they're gonna do you in, baby. I'm gonna tell you, they will lie and scheme. They used to tell Mariah said this. I'd be like, why? Keisha didn't say that. How you know? Because I talked to her last night. She did not do that. She not say, and she did not mean it like that. And so they would use these girls against each other, and they would lie. They would do anything they have to create this crazy storyline, and they fall for it all the entire time. Prime example, when Carlos King told Phaedra that Kandi started Porsha. Boom. And where's Carlos King now?
Did he really do that? I didn't.
Yes, and haven't worked for Bravo since. He did a beautiful special on Netflix. I think Styling Hollywood. That was absolutely amazing. He did that, and I think he did some stuff for Love and Hip Hop, but I don't think he's ever really kind of recovered from that situation. Because I'm gonna tell you, in LA, and you know, in LA and Bravo, we are all considered family. It is nothing but a phone call to get you what you need. And when you mess up, and when you do something to someone at a higher level, such as a Kandi, you got hell to pay. There's no shade. You know.
Dang. And that's crazy, because I've always thought he is a genius producer.
Oh, he is a genius.
A genius.
Genius. He is very good at what he does. And I will tell you this, if he was white, he wouldn't have been reprimanded. It wouldn't have been not a problem. He would have been applauded. and move on to the next level because he ain't did nothing that they ain't did at Married to Medicine. I'm just gonna be real. I'm just gonna be real. 100. If he was white, he would be applauded, probably a daytime Emmy, but unfortunately, it is what it is.
Wow.
Yeah.
You brought up Real Housewives of Atlanta. I know that you were able to attend Cynthia Bailey's wedding ceremony. Without going into too many details, again, I told you, I think earlier, I wanted Cynthia to be able to tell that for herself.
Right.
Did you have a good time? How was it? Did you feel safe?
Oh no, I didn't feel safe. I'm telling you, I'll be honest. When I got there, I literally, I ran into Dustin. Well, let me tell you, it was no stranger in the building because how Cynthia sent out the invite, she called us and she texted us. So it was like when you got there, you seen old friends, people you've been talking to on Instagram, blah, 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 blah. So when I got there, I first ran into Funky Dineva. And you know, me and Funky Dineva ain't been seeing the best of each other because after he tried to blast me on your show, that's a whole nother subject.
You know that's my brother.
and all the other things. But it was really a breath of fresh air to look, and I was like, "Oh, you look good!" Like and we kind of throwing shade the whole time. So it was really good to see him. I ran into Quad. I haven't seen Quad in a long time. It was good to see her. When we got upstairs, I saw where we had to sit because the wedding's supposed to be outside, and we had to be crammed into this little space. I was like, "Please give me some wine." I wasn't trying to hug nobody. I still had my mask on. I was like, I was just drinking down wine to calm myself because that was my first time being out in a public setting in this whole Corona thing. I'm pretty much trapped in my warehouse, been trapped in my warehouse for 4 or 6 months. And so, but after I had my drinks, I felt safe and I was able to kind of maneuver around. And the great part about it, it's been 2.5, 3 weeks since our wedding. No one, it's been 2.5, 3 weeks since our wedding. No one has came up sick. So I was good. I had my apple cider vinegar afterwards and tea, and it was fine.
Take your sea moss gel, boy.
Exactly.
I'm glad to hear that because I will tell you, looking at the photos, it did look and feel like a family reunion.
It really was.
I think that there's not anybody out there who is not happy to see her and Mike finally make this thing official. So I'm happy to hear that.
They are really good. They are two corny people and good for each other. They are so corny. Oops, I'm sorry. They are so freaking corny and it's so cute. It is so absolutely amazing. I never understood her and Peter, but I definitely understand her and Mike.
That's awesome. What are your thoughts? I know that you have a little bit of a connection with, Real Housewives of Atlanta cast, just you being such a major player in Atlanta. What are your thoughts on this current season now that the trailer is out, all that good stuff like that?
I haven't seen the trailer. I'm going to be honest. I don't know how this is going to work. I don't, because I'm going to be honest. It was fine with Nene going. I was fine with Nene antics. I really wanted to see Eva back because people don't know Eva like I know Eva. Eva it's a gay man trapped in Eva's body that's waiting to read somebody they never got the real dragonization of Eva. I use one of your words, dragonization. Like I've seen Eva go in on people that I just would laugh until this day. And even when she was on the bus talking about Marlo's lace front, that was nothing. I wish that we could have seen a not pregnant Eva and just a regular, beautiful, cutting up Eva. And I don't know how this season is going to go at all. I really don't. Yeah.
Will you be watching?
As long as they don't argue about the same old thing, I'm good. Because it becomes the same, and as long as they bring up some new stuff. I think at this point, I want to see the relationship between Porsha and Dennis and the baby. Kandi, it's like you kind of know what you're going to expect. She's going to start a new business. It is what it is. I heard about her and Todd having some problems. And I don't think Todd is going nowhere. And I mean, hopefully it's a new storyline because it just seemed like from housewives to housewives, especially when you're dealing with the black girls, it's like almost the same storyline, and I'm kind of over it. You know,
if you were to produce a reality TV show, let's say for your own streaming network, can you name 6 individuals who you think that the world needs to meet or see interact, or that you would put together on a show just for our own entertainment?
ooh.
And this is given everything you know about reality TV, because you've worked, behind the scenes, all that kind of stuff like that.
Okay, I will tell you this. Me and Funky Dineva on TV together would have been epic. They ain't trying to pay me enough money though. It's like, because the thing is, I know I am an old school reader. I'm probably the only person that can go toe to toe with Funky Dineva and not even break a sweat. I would love to see Funky Dineva, myself. I'm gonna be honest. I would love to see Quad with us, because we have a real friendship. It's a real friendship. And then I'm gonna tell you, I would love to see a Phaedra. And I'm naming people that's already kind of out there, so people, a Phaedra, a Claudia Jordan, and let's see. I would like to bring in this may sound funny. This may sound real crazy. Kim Zolciak. And I'm gonna tell you, it's something about Kim. She gets it. She knows the part. She has that whole rich, expensive. She'll diversify the brand and all that, and everybody kind of know each other. We can read. She's fashion. She's beautiful. Like it. I think with Phaedra, Claudia Jordan be going back and forth because they had the incident with they was dating the same person. So it's always, when you're dealing with reality TV, it always has to be a connection. It always has to be a connection. And I think that cast will be absolutely amazing, because the objective is, when you fight, like me and Funky Dineva fight all the time on the internet. But me and Funky Dineva have such a connection to where we fight, we're like brothers, we make up. We fight, we make up. Me and Phaedra have a connection. We fight, we make up. Me and Claudia, we never fought, but we have a connection. She's a model, I'm a designer. It works. So that would be my cast.
I think what would be interesting about that is that you guys have genuine relationships. Exactly. And I can see that a lot of you guys, just from an observer perspective, there's actual care there that you have for the other person.
Exactly.
And so it's kind of more of a family type situation. When you fight, you make up, you fight, you make up, and it doesn't become this whole toxic environment that we, the fans, would become tired of.
Exactly, because I'm gonna tell you, I didn't go back to Married to Medicine because they did not want to pay me. It was conversations that they was going to pay me going in, because they paid me a couple of $1,000 going into the reunion show, and I was like, me and Quad had our thing, and we ended up falling out. But at that point, I had a relationship with Dr. Heavenly, Toya, Jackie, Simone, and then, of course, a shaky relationship with Mariah. But for the friendship's sake, I opted out the game. I was like, I'm good because I'm financially cool over here. So, right. And I will tell you, if your relationship is not strong, it will tear you absolutely apart. It is. Reality will tear you apart.
And we've seen it happen time and time again.
Yes, marriages, everything else.
I guess last question, what's next outside of, we talked about the streaming shows, we talked about, the network, we talked about, some of the people that you've worked with. What else is coming up next for you, especially as we go into the holidays and into the new year?
Well, we have the biggest shopping day coming up, which is Black Friday. And people are not necessarily buying clothes. They're not buying expensive clothes. They're buying sweatshirts. They're buying candles. They're buying tennis shoes. So
Come on, shoe.
Yeah,
Let me see
I
that
got a
too.
put my name on it. With my name on it. You know.
Okay.
So I have developed like a lot of products that people can just really lounge around the house. They can smell good. They could, from coloring books to makeup. I'm pretty much making my brand a lifestyle. So in within a couple of years, I have like all of these products and open up a store again, and so that's pretty much it. Just making my brand a lifestyle that every walk of life, from your grandmama to your kids, could have a part of House of Chappelle. So that's what I'm doing.
Okay. All right. Well, that's exciting. And you have to make sure to send me it's all on your website, right?
Yes,
houseofchappelle.com.
houseofchappelle.com.
Okay, perfect. So I could just put that in the link down below. So when the people are watching the video, they can click on to get some product, order some stuff and stock up.
Right.
Thank you so much for taking some time out to chat and spill a little bit of tea, but also give us some behind the scenes things that I think will motivate some people, especially young designers who may want to get in on the industry. Before we go, can you give any young designer out there probably the most important piece of advice that you could give them?
Okay, so like I do have like these fashion mogul workshops, that I talk to young designers all the time. I always tell designers, this is a business. This is a business. I do not pride myself on being the best fashion designer. I pride myself on being a great businessman and able to make strategic decisions. Even though hopefully we'll get him out of office, study Donald Trump's. Read his book about business, because he's a genius when it comes to manipulating things for business. See how he manipulates the country. Okay, so treat your design process as a business, as a business, and it will pay off greatly. Start that e-commerce, get your contracts together, and all that good stuff, and just handle it as a business. I think you're getting married soon, right? So is that a secret?
No, it's not a secret.
Okay, so well, hopefully, you can muster up the coins so I give you a slight little discount.
Ooh, a slight little discount.
A slight little discount. I give you a slight little discount. Get them suits and stuff together. A slight little discount. But yeah, just look at your business. Treat your business like a business and not like a hustle. And I think you will land on your feet every single time. And like Tiffany had to say, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. When they called me for OFFSE, I was able to send them referencing suits, website, different clients that I've already had, and they was like, okay, we feel comfortable with giving him these couple of $1,000, because I'm gonna tell you, I tried to hit him in the head. I ain't even gonna lie. I got Corona back rent to pay.
I'm not mad at that at all. RECO, thank you so much for chatting with us today. Skye Squad, listen, we always got something crazy going on behind the scenes, so you never know what's going to happen. RECO, if at any point in time you have something else you want to promote, you want to come back, definitely let me know, and we'll just hop on the StreamYard again and do it all over.
Thank you. And
all right, you guys. Oh, go ahead.
I'm gonna write it in the books for you, for the streaming network. I'll create a little show for you.
Okay, I'm down. I'm always working.
Okay, good.
All right, Skye Squad, I will catch you guys in the next video.